emerge. Today's episode, a new American dream. What separates man from beast? No, it's not his ability to tap dance. It is his desire to build. After thermonuclear war, man's towering industrial marvels may no longer stretch to the heavens. It then falls on you and the ingenuity of your fellows to rebuild the America we hold dear. Get started with Camps, the construction and assembly mobile platform. It's the workbench of tomorrow. Once established, your camp will not only provide you with much-needed shelter, but also the means to satisfy your hunger, quench your thirst, and even treat infection. The essential pillars of survival. Expand your camp by scavenging resources or mining raw materials the old-fashioned way. Then construct your home of the future. If your first home site is undesirable, use your handy camp to move it to a better location. With your home secure, you can now craft handmade ordnance at your leisure to give your altercations that personal touch. Or better yet, sell these homemade implements to your neighbors for profit. Remember, capitalism. It's the only thing keeping us from being communists. The world may have ended, but keeping up with the Joneses has not. Use those hard-earned profits to upgrade your dwelling. When your home looks important, you are important. Now you've learned how to forge the new American dream. You are completely prepared to rebuild the greatest nation in the world. As a hand-picked resident of Vault 76, it is your duty to carefully review your Vault-Tec-provided films yearly to fully prepare for the day when you will emerge.
All right, now I'm joined by Pete Hines, this guy. Pete, great to see you, man.
Great to see you. Happy Gamescom.
It is a great Gamescom. We are here. You guys are in a booth right behind us. I don't know if you can see it.
How many Vault Boys can we get in one shot?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even. There's one over there too. I don't even. Pete comes with a bunch of Vault Boys. Now, Pete, I want you to tell us about the new camp system.
Well, folks are going to be familiar with building settlements in Fallout 4. Hey, dude, how's it going? Good to see you. Looking good. Folks are familiar with settlement building in Fallout 4. The camp takes the idea and expands it. So the idea of the camp is it's a way to build settlements. You have much more freedom in terms of where you can put it, but it's movable. Right. So anytime you set one down, if you pick a different spot and like, you know what, I want to move my camp here, it'll cost you some camps to do it, caps, but you can take your camp and relocate it anywhere you want. Now, this is entirely optional, so you can make the game about building.
We can see some of the things here, right?
Right, and a lot of this will look familiar, like I can build structures, I can build furniture, there's a lot more stuff you can do now. I can build defenses, so I can put down turrets or mortars. Right. But the idea is now it moves as opposed to being in one spot, but it's still optional. If you want to spend the game roaming around and exploring locations, you can, but you can also decide, I want to build my own workshops, I want to have a place where I can build at my camp as opposed to finding ones out in the world.
So it takes a lot of what we've known from some of the work you guys did with Fallout 4 and really, no pun intended, builds on it.
Yeah, well, and again, this time around, because the game is online and every character is another player, you can do that building with other folks. So it's not just you building in your settlement, you can have other folks building around you. There's some even larger settlements where you can build cooperatively. So it is a theme of the game. You know, the whole idea of Vault 76 was the folks that were going to rebuild the world. But you do as much or as little of that as you want, just like you can play by yourself or with others, depending on how you want to play.
What are you guys showing here at Gamescom?
We're showing sort of a mix, a recap of all the stuff that we showed at E3, that we showed at QuakeCon last week as part of Todd's panel. You know, we talked a little bit about the character system and perk cards and how perk cards work in terms of changing your loadout. basically just making sure folks understand how the game works. Look, at the end of the day, it's still a role-playing game in a massive world. You know, the big difference is you can now play it with other people and have that a shared experience that folks have said for so long, boy, I wish I could play at Bethesda Game Studios, but like with my friends or my family.
Now, you know, there's no shortage of me coming to you with feature requests, and I'll call Todd up as well. I want to play a Deathclaw.
Well, we'll add it to the list. How about a Deathclaw costume? Can we at least start there and move to actual Deathclaw?
Fair.
Is that close enough?
We'll go into that. Now, I'm really excited because you have a beta coming up, or as they say in Europe, a beta.
A beta.
So what can you tell us about?
It's going to be in October.
Yep.
It's coming to the Xbox One first.
Yep.
And all you have to do to be eligible is pre-order the game. And you're ready to go. If you pre-order it digitally through Microsoft, you literally need to do nothing else. You'll be set up. If you order through any retailer or wherever you like to buy games, they will give you a code and walk you through the process on how to sign up. But that's it. And you'll be the first folks in the world to play Fallout 76.
Now, if you really want to get your Fallout on, you can do it right now with Game Pass.
Right.
Fallout 4 is in Game Pass. So we talked about this earlier in the show. You can get 2 months for $2. I don't know
$2.
I don't even know what that is in euros, but
probably
it's something. Probably two. But you can actually go and download Fallout 4 right now and play it. Right.
$2 for 2 months on Fallout 4.
That'll kind of, I was going to say it will tide you over until Fallout 76, but it'll tide you over well past that.
All that content, user mods, all that good stuff, you can play it forever.
It is unbelievable. If you come to Gamescom, make sure you stop by your
Come by and get a picture with this Vault Boy, with the other Vault Boy.
With Pete.
We have so many Vault Boys.
All right, it's always great to see you, Pete. Thanks for chatting with us. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Julia, what's next?